Once you realize it, you have the key in your hand. Unlock that shit and get the fuck out and do what you gotta do. You don't want to be a sentence to your own prison. Like, it's terrible, and I've been in that world and it fucking sucks, and a lot of people are in that world and it sucks. But you have that power, and you're the one taking your own power away from you. If you're the one taking your power away from you, then you have that power to take it back. All these things is wasteful. All of the potential that I could have, that I do have, is being wasted on all of these stupid thoughts. Like, I need to, everybody, just in general, we need to stop putting our thoughts into things that don't matter, because it really does waste a lot of time. Hi everyone. So it is currently 1:23 a.m. and this is when the juices just begin to flow. So I work night shifts. Once I get home from work, this is actually when I'm up and very, very active, like very active. So I just be doing the most random shit. So since I'm new to this YouTube thing, I thought I would go ahead and read some of my writings that I've made. There's a lot of writings I have here. I am currently writing a book, so stay tuned. It's basically just going over my transition from when I first got to Florida to now, and like where my mindset was then and where my mindset is now. There are gonna be a lot of little writings that are not gonna make the book, but I still wanted to share. So I figured in some of my YouTube videos, I'll probably just share some of my writings to you guys, and you just tell me what you think, or if it helps in any way. These are just things that I would write to myself to kind of reassure myself. So thought I'd share a few. I never date anything, and I'm so mad that I don't date shit, but it is what it is. Here's a little one. Break away, break away. There are chains weighing you down. Have you noticed? You realize you're stuck and you cry powerless, but you never actually try to escape. You never look for a way out, but there's always a way out. Start looking, escape, and break away. Here, when I tell you, I have so many notebooks, like so many, and I'll just write, and then next thing I know, I need to get a new notebook. So, yeah, a lot of these aren't gonna make the book. Maybe it will come in another book, but I figured I still want to share it some way. You've been drowning, but your breath of air is your body restoring itself to life. Yo, sometimes I'd be reading this and I'm just like, I wrote that? Like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, I can't believe I wrote that. Because a lot of these I don't know. Some of them are deep. You'll see that in the book. But I realized the way they look at me is the way I allowed them to look at me. I allow them to look at me as a hermit crab rather than a fucking shark. And I know I have anxiety. I can be awkward, but I can have this different demeanor. I'm aware of it. I can show them I'm aware and take that power back, but I'm also all talk and I don't know how to do that. I want people to see my true personality, but it sucks that I can't show it. So this is during a time that I was really struggling with just being myself, I guess. Ooh, something went in my eye. But yeah, for a while I was struggling with just being myself. I didn't know who I was. I didn't feel comfortable being who I was in front of certain people, and I thought that it was me that was the problem. And then I would just always keep to myself. I would never say anything. I would always try so hard to fit in. It was just a very dark time for me. Instead of blaming myself, like, why do I have to be like this in front of people? Why am I always like this? Why can't I make connections with people? Why can't I fit in with this person? Why can't I have a regular conversation with anybody? Like, those were the things that were always constantly going through my mind. And I kind of just had to switch that mindset and was just like, you know what? Well, don't put yourself in a situation like this if you're not comfortable. If you don't feel like you can talk to this person, then don't force yourself to talk to that person, you know? I just switched my mindset a lot when it came to certain things, and I realized how hard I was on myself. Like, I was really hard on myself. Like, if I tried to talk to somebody and the conversation didn't go well, then I would beat myself up about it, and I'll be like, oh my God, like, why did you say this? Why did you say that? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? And those thoughts really ate me up alive. And it took a while for me to get out of that mindset. And it was just a lot of the insecurity and just, you know, wanting to be accepted, wanting, you know, all of those things. And I'm glad that that's not where I am anymore. But occasionally I do have those moments, and I just have to remind myself, like, not to blame myself, not to be hard on myself when I have those moments, and just be me, you know. And for a while I didn't know who I was. It took a long time. It took a long time, but we're here and we're better than ever. So, like, it's crazy where I was. As I continue to keep on keeping on, it's become clear what I am meant to do. I'm nice, but I need to learn to stand up for myself and be a little more stern when I need to. I can't be so naive. I can't be too nice, because people will take advantage of that. I know firsthand. That was another issue that I had too. Every time people made me feel small, I let them. I don't even know how else to really go into detail about that, but yeah, people made me feel small and I let them. And in my head, I was just like, damn, they're right. Or I'm this, I'm that, I'm terrible, I suck, oh, nobody's ever gonna like me. And like, it sucks that I had those feelings, and I tried to forget about that person, forget about that Alexis, but at the end of the day, that Alexis was still me, and she's still there. She's just evolved now, so I can't necessarily hide her. I have to own her, and everybody knows that that's who I was at one point. And I just have to own her. The just fear of being left out, that was definitely me. And now I always want to be by myself, low-key. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of time that I've wasted. A lot of time that I've wasted on just worrying about what other people think of me. I would go to work and have so much anxiety, and then come home and carry that with me. I'll be on the phone with my best friend talking about all of the anxiety that I had at work. And it's just too much. It was way too much. And it didn't click in my head until very recently that all that time of me having all this anxiety and taking it with me, taking all my anxiety from home to work, from work to home, there was no time for me to just be me. Like, it was always about worrying about what people thought of me, and something that I said to somebody, oh my God, what if they thought this of me because I said this? Like, why should it matter? And I kept having to tell myself, why should it matter? Because everything that I do is out of good heart, is out of true intentions, even if it doesn't look like that to other people. And it might look bad to other people. Like, all these things that were going on through my head, it shouldn't matter. But once it finally clicked in me, like, damn, where has all this time gone? You know, life is way too short. Way too short. And it scares me sometimes. It really scares me how short it is. And all of that anxiety and thoughts, wondering about what people think of me, wondering if I said something to offend somebody, wondering, oh my God, I made this mistake, wondering, oh my God, I think I did something wrong at work. And like, now that I have all these ideas of things that I want to do, now I feel like I don't have much time. Like it's weird. It's really weird. Because my mindset was always on other people, I didn't really focus on time or energy. But now that I've been focusing more on me and focusing on my mental health, focusing on my physical health, my spiritual health, all of that, I realized that there's very little time that we have, being that life is so short, and there's so much that I want to do, and so much just in general. I don't even know how to explain it. Life is too short to be wasting your energy on things that don't matter. If people, the way I think about it, the way I kind of change my mentality is, if I'm not going to remember it in 10 years, it don't matter. So if something happened at work and I'm freaking out, well, are they going to remember it in 5 years? Are they going to remember it in 2 days? No. So it don't matter. And like, your mind is your own worst enemy. You can stay a prisoner in there for the rest of your life, like a fucking sentence for life, if you don't realize it. Once you realize it, you have the key in your hand. Unlock that shit and get the fuck out and do what you gotta do. You don't want to be a sentence to your own prison. Like, it's terrible, and I've been in that world, and it fucking sucks, and a lot of people are in that world, and it sucks. But you have that power, and you're the one taking your own power away from you. If you're the one taking your power away from you, then you have that power to take it back. So that's just kind of, I don't even know what the hell my point was anymore, but just a little rant. I just don't want to waste any more time. And I don't want anybody to really, I want to stress to people not to waste their time on things that don't matter, because life is very, very short, and all these blessings that we have, it's taken for granted. And I don't want us to take for granted all these blessings that we receive, because there's a lot of blessings that we get in this life that we don't even realize we have until we lose it. And it's a sad thing that we don't, that's the mentality that we have, and that's a saying, that we don't know what we have until we lose it. We all need to appreciate what we have right in front of us, because like this, it can be taken from you. And that's why energy can't be wasted on things that don't matter. It needs to be focused on family, focused on yourself, focused on good friends, focused on good health, focused on happiness, focused on peace, all of that. So yeah, I mean,
help me build up.
Oh, that was a YouTube video. Whoops. But yeah, welcome to my TED Talk. Life is short, man. Life is short.